Okay, hey everyone, Swampfox here. Sorry we were a little interrupted there. Last time I had to go help my wife. She has a pretty badly sprained ankle, so hmm. Huh. Okay. Fallout's not being captured right. Just give me a sec, I'll get this worked out. Okay, there we go. Okay, sort of, there we go. Now there we go. How are you? Hey, Dom. Sorry, your name is like green and very hard to read against a white screen. Sorry, I got cut off last time, guys. My wife was just coming back from the hospital. She had a pretty bad sprained ankle, and I had to help her out. That's also why I couldn't stream pretty much the last few days. But she's mostly better in bed sleeping. So let's get started. We just walked into this forest of druids. I'm not even sure what's happening right now. I just went through some sort of cleansing ceremony. They took all the drugs out of me. I'm assuming this is the tree I'm supposed to. Oh God. It's like a super mutant tree. He's not breathing well.
Glad to see you're finally awake. I can't believe they made you do that stupid ceremony. They listen when I talk, but they don't hear. You know what I mean?
I hear you, brother. Never met a talking tree before. Okay, what's the trick? I know there's a guy with a microphone somewhere.
Neither have I. Well, I talked to Herbert, but he never really says anything back. Do you, Herbert? He kept growing around me. Maybe for calling him Herbert all the time. His name's really Bob. I think it's funny when I call him Herbert, though.
So you're trapped in there inside this Bob thing. Do you want to know where he's from? No, don't tell me now. I'll figure out all the chat options.
Well, I suppose you could look at it that way. See, Bob used to ride around on top of my head, sunk his roots right in there, you know. Well, eventually, he got bigger than me, and then I pretty much ended up inside.
Okay. Interesting.
It was a long time ago. I tend to lose track. I was exploring some sort of a military base with some other people. I think it was called Mariposa. We were pretty deep inside and we found some weird vats of this nasty green goo. Right when we were about to leave, I think we were attacked. Yeah. Last thing I remember before blacking out was something knocking my friend into the stuff.
When I first saw him, I screamed. Well, I probably would have if I didn't know what he was. I kind of figured it was going to be some sort of dude with a tree. Not necessarily a talking tree.
Yes, I do. Or, I guess, we do. Me and Bob, that is. I had you brought in here to ask a very simple favor. Would you please kill me?
Okay.
Oh, no. It wouldn't be murder. You'd be doing me a favor. You see, I've been stuck here for over 2 decades now, rooted right into the ground. The only friends I've got are Bob and those weirdos out there who think I'm a god.
If I kill you, every tree mender will come after me. That's true.
Oh, no, don't worry about them. When you decide to go down there, I'll have a little chat with Birch and the rest of the gang. They usually don't understand a word I say, but I'll make them come around.
Great. Yeah. Great. Suicidal tree. Suicidal talking tree. Oh, Fallout. Bethesda, you think of the weirdest shit. Why don't you just kill yourself? I think I already know the answer to that. He's a tree.
Now, how exactly am I supposed to do that? I can barely move anymore. Thanks to Bob, I'm obviously not going to be doing anything for a very long time.
Cough up some caps? Where the hell is he gonna have caps?
How to put this? I've been feeling rather spread out lately. I think Bob's kinda shoved my insides around.
So they're probably in different trees.
It's hard to tell where everything is, but it's always that way with one's insides, isn't it? Anyway, I believe Bob's carried some of my organs into his root system. I want you to go underground and destroy my heart. Of all the wastelanders I had to bump into, it has to be one with a conscience. Let's keep it an open invitation then. I don't want to wait until the next person visits. It could be years. Just think about it, okay?
Goodbye, tree.
No. Herbert is the tree. Bob is his real name, but I call him Herbert because I think it's pretty funny. But I'm still in here, too. What's left of me? The name's Harold.
Oof. Poor bastard. Does not look healthy. Wonder if I could just... No, I can't VATS shoot him right now. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna kill Harold. I don't... It's the mercy killing, I suppose. Let's take a look around this place before I start murdering everyone. Or not everyone, but... Well, they definitely don't have possessions. Holy crap. I'm curious how the tree's still growing if, like, the water around everything is irradiated. I mean, maybe that's... I guess that could be why it's growing, you know?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Bloomseer Poplar, soothsayer and healer of Oasis. It brings me great honor to welcome you.
What's next? The guy's stuck in someone else's back? Yeah, like Voldemort. He must have, like, it must have taken forever for the tree to, like, get into the ground. He must have stood still, like, fell asleep or something. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
Be wary of the water in the caves. I fear they still carry the sting of radiation from the bombs. In what we call the harvest month, the Great One creates seeds among his branches within seed pods. At the end of this time, the pods open and the seeds are carried quite easily upon the wind. It's quite beautiful. Wherever the seeds take purchase, they grow into trees, plants, grass, or all manner of wonderful things.
How? That is... What? Grass can't grow from a tree?
He's not my god. He's everyone's god. You, me, everyone. This place isn't meant just for the tree minders. It's for all mankind.
Yet you shoot anyone on sight.
You'd think they'd realize that this place won't remain a secret forever. The caravans know about it, and you happened upon it. How long before someone comes to take this place by force? No, I say allow Oasis to grow, and that issue becomes moot. Like I said, my father was a healer like myself. He had the most curious books I would read about trees and plants and their medicinal properties. Many years later, I heard a rumor about a place such as this. I spent a decade in search of it.
That's too long.
I've been in this wonderful place for over 15 years now.
That other guy said 2 decades. She's saying it's been in existence for 25 years. Who's telling the truth?
I was the third one to arrive here in Oasis. Tree Father Birch was a bit wary at first, but Leaf Mother Laurel convinced him to let me stay. If she hadn't been around, I doubt Birch would have ever let me stay here. After a while, they taught me their ways, and together we developed the ceremony of purification that you undertook.
Hello, outsider. It's very nice to see you. It's very nice to meet you, outsider. I'm Branch Tender Linden.
You're also green.
Oasis is located near what used to be an old mining town before the bombs fell. But when the attack started about 200 years ago, many people took shelter in the natural caves that dotted the area. The old gate that stands at the mouth of Oasis Cave is the last piece of architecture from those days. Well, I'm not so sure the Great One is a god. I mean, I don't believe in that sort of thing. However, I am beginning to realize he's special. Something greater than any of the creatures in the wasteland.
Yeah, effed up Ent.
I was found dying in the wastes not far from here by a trader caravan. They knew about this place and brought me to Bloomseer Poplar. She nursed me back to health, and I've stayed ever since. I was a Brotherhood of Steel outcast. We had a deep patrol out here looking for some tech, and they got jumped by some Deathclaws. They shredded everyone else and left me bleeding to death. If it wasn't for Oasis and Bloomseer Poplar, I'd be dead right now. Honestly, I've never seen anything like this place. It's beautiful. It's a shame only a few people will ever get to see it. I sort of fell into it, I guess. I woke up here and I just stayed. After a while, I became one of them.
Okay, talk to these two. You guys must be, like, extremely bored. We're just, like, having orgies every day. You know, because you just pretty much sit on stumps. And then talk about your, you know, mutant tree thing.
Yes, what can I do for you on this beautiful day? He is the Great One.
The Great
The
One.
Tree Father of Tree Fathers. There is no greater being in the world than he. I've dedicated my life to protecting this place from the outside world, and I will never fail in that duty.
What if I told you I was just asked to kill the thing you were protecting?
I was brought here by his will. I heard his calling, and I followed. I believe only a few are worthy enough to find this place, and I'm honored to be among them. That's why I dread the day Oasis overgrows its boundaries.
I don't see if that matters much. Oasis is off the beaten path as it is.
I suppose so, but you found it. How many others will stumble across Oasis? Will they be friendly?
I was friendly.
I'm worried, outsider.
Well,
I'm truly worried.
I'm also gonna kill damn bath salts. Ooh, banana cream.
I had to accept the ideals of Tree Father Birch and cast away my dependence on technology.
Fuck that. Mm-mm. I wonder what I gotta do to get one of their outfits. It's all dreedy weedy.
There's nowhere like this left in the world anymore. Oh, outsider?
Why was I allowed to sleep in that one bed, but not this one?
And I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong. Why else would he have called for an outsider's assistance?
The outsider is here to deliver us from our enemies, to keep this place safely locked away from the wasteland, not to exploit us.
How can we preach about peace when all you want to do is keep his gift all to ourselves? That's not what he would want.
If we allow the spread of this miracle to continue, we're putting him in jeopardy. I can't allow that. I won't allow it.
Once again, my husband, we are at an impasse. I suggest we speak to the outsider.
Agreed. Why else would the outsider have been allowed into the grove? Perhaps it's a test. Yes, that must be it.
Yep, you caught me.
I know why you're here, and despite what my wife thinks, I know you'll do what's best for Oasis. After all, he chose you, and he would never want to put us in harm's way.
Just a human that had some bad luck. He's not a god, Birch. His name's Harold.
Oh, he's testing you now, just like he tested us. He wants to see if your faith is strong by spinning these incredible stories. Who else but a god could produce all of this? Don't worry. You'll soon see things as I do. Yes, I've been pondering that riddle myself for some time now, and I think I know what he's trying to tell us. The Great One's influence is growing, and soon it will break free of the confines of this secluded vale. We can't allow Oasis to call attention to itself like that. It would be the end of him.
Oh, God.
You misinterpret his words, my friend. He wants you to extinguish that which seeks to make him vulnerable. If the same sap that you drank to purify yourself could be applied to his heart, it should stop the spread. I can promise you no harm would come to him. That's all I ask of you, outsider. Nothing more, nothing less.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to be trapped in eternity into a tree.
I love Birch, but sometimes I think he doesn't see the big picture. The spreading of his influence is not a curse. It's a great miracle, a benefit meant for the entire wasteland. Of course we do. He yearns to share his miracles with the whole world, to give the gift of life back to the dead wasteland. It's upsetting him to no end, but Birch can't see the pain it's causing. But now that you're here, I have a feeling the winds are about to change.
Yeah, okay, crazy. I see where this is going.
I heard what my husband wanted you to do. What I propose is an alternative. The same person that created the sap also created this liniment. If you can reach his heart, it will assist in making his influence increase. Instead of centuries, the wasteland will become green in mere decades. Just imagine how glorious that would be.
That would be pretty cool.
You have questions for me, outsider? If the Great One knows you to be worthy of his grace, he will allow you to pass through to his heart. Certainly. The Great One has not yet allowed us entry below ground. We were uncertain as to why until you arrived. The liniment was made by Bloom-Seer Poplar. Her knowledge of his gifts and how they can be used to help us is nothing short of astounding. The entrance to the caves is to the southwest of the pavilion. Please, go right. I'm afraid I can take none of the credit for my husband's creation. I arrived perhaps a year after him, well after he established the tree minders.
Yeah, where's the "you people are batshit crazy" option? Yeah. I'm trying to, like, you know, just nod my way through this, be like, yes, of course. Yes, he's a god. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I'm just going to go kill him later. Because that's what he wants. Because he's a human being.
Without his blessing, we would not allow an outsider inside this veil. Although we would welcome you with open arms, you are obviously drawn here to help us. What remains to be seen is what that help turns out to be.
Wait, you can't make me a tree mender and your god or whatever let me in? I mean, that's, you know, stupid. Let's talk to douchebag.
Yes, outsider, what is it? Just like a cancer would infest our bodies, the caves below us are infested with vermin. You'd do well to be cautious down there. We've lost a few tree minders in the past. I would if I was able, but he will not allow us entry. His roots bar the door, and we have yet to earn the right to pass.
He can make his roots move? Why doesn't he just, like, bitch slap you guys?
Of course I am. I know everything that goes on in Oasis. Laurel is free to pursue whatever path she chooses. A long time ago, it was agreed that the Tree Father and the Leaf Mother hold equal say. I don't seek to change those customs. I just hope when the time comes, you'll make the right choice.
Yeah, I'll put both of them on his heart and then shoot it.
Bloomseer Poplar has a unique understanding of the innate power that lay dormant in the plants you see around you. She created the sap with the knowledge she brought to us from the wasteland. You'll find... Of course. When I first beheld the glory of the Great One, I knew there'd be others who would seek to do him harm. I also knew he would be calling others that he felt were pure of heart to protect him. Right then and there, I created the Tree Minders, the Great One's last line of defense. If the outsider doesn't have his blessing, we simply deny him entry to our home. If they persist on trying to gain entry or display any hostile act that could potentially harm the Great One, we take action. If the outsider were a raider or some other nefarious type, we ensure they don't report our location back to their comrades.
Makes sense.
Becoming a disciple of the Great One takes many years of dedication and the will to cast aside your reliance on technological conveniences. However, I feel you've been sent here for a higher purpose and could be more instrumental in our future than a mere tree minder.
So, yes?
The first part of our name represents our role in the Tree Minders. The youngest are the saplings, still learning what it means to live in Oasis. The branch tenders are our guardians and keep our home safe. Our healers and soothsayers are known as Bloomseers. Finally, the Tree Father and the Leaf Mother are the creators and the upholders of the Great One's laws.
I don't know, it sounds crazy. If this place has living plants, does that mean the water is safe to drink?
I'm afraid the water still bears the mark of man's greed. It's his reminder of what we once were. Perhaps one day he will see fit to lift this punishment, but I fear we have yet to command his full respect.
Right.
So you're the outsider, huh? You seem nice to me. They're the best parents ever.
They're your parents? They're like 100. You're like 10. Ugh. It's a miracle you were born.
My parents told me never to go past the old gate. There are monsters in there. Oh, you mean Harold? He's really nice. Sometimes when I get really lonely, I go into the grove and talk to him. Sometimes I even curl up all cozy-like and sleep next to his root after I have a bad dream. I tell him what I'm scared of, and he tells me what he's scared of. It makes me feel better knowing I'm not the only one. Aw, I never knew an outsider could be scared of anything. Harold told me that he's scared of fire. If fire ever got on him, it would burn him and Bob until they were all gone. That's why we keep the fires far away from him. I was born here, silly.
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, your parents are 1,000 years old.
Just get born, I guess. You're funny.
Cypress. I think this is the last person I've talked to.
Branch tender Cypress at your service. Welcome to our little home. I wish they wouldn't argue so much. It makes everyone uncomfortable. Sure. Here you go. Good luck to you. I was an outsider like yourself, wandering the world aimlessly, wasting my life trying to seek my fortune. When my eyes beheld the splendor of Oasis, I knew I'd found a holy place. Pre-Father Birch allowed me to stay, and I've been here ever since. Actually, you already did some of it. I had to do the ceremony and meet with the Great One. Then Father Birch taught me everything I needed to know about Oasis and how it has to remain a secret. That's why I'm so worried. I just think letting this place spread into the wasteland would be an unwise decision. That would worry me. I was out there once, like you. I wandered the wasteland for many years. All I saw was poverty, famine, sickness, hate, and death everywhere I turned. But this place isn't anything like that. We can't allow that kind of evil inside Oasis. We just can't.
But there's trees here. That's just a selfish dick thing to do. Well, let's see what's under the cave. I should know that it's obviously rad roach meat. You can really hear that water. How is there someone here? Ooh. Oasis Rope Villager. Yeah, there we go. Mirelurk. You want to call them Murlocs. And Fallout 3 quit. Hold on one sec. It did not like that headshot, apparently. It's been buggy lately. I never had a problem, like, for the last 50 hours of gameplay. Not a problem. None whatsoever. And then, like, the last 2 or 3 hours of gameplay, I think it's crashed like 3 or 4 times.